Hey guys, Brian and Jeff with WorkshopAddict.com, and RIDGID just came out with a new 18-volt Octane JobMax tool. It's a pretty cool little item that's going to come free with your, we call it a fine tool. It's a multi-tool.
Yeah, that comes with your base handle, whatever, power unit.
And we don't have a price on this at this point in time. We're going to leave a lot of the description down below, so you can get the model numbers of all the stuff we go over down there. It'll make this video a little bit easier to go through. Most people are going to buy this for the multi-tool, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, people that don't have them, it's going to be a cheap and efficient way to get into it. Plus opens up what we got over there.
The cool part about this is the JobMax in itself. It's basically, you got a power head. You can rotate this guy and put it in any 4 positions. So it allows you to use these in an awkward place.
Right.
The downside to it, I guess, is when you do rotate it, your LED light gets in weird places.
Yeah, it's not going to be on your tool anymore, but...
Nope. In order to use the tool, you have to have the head connected. And once you throw a battery in it, you can then turn it on with the variable speed trigger right below your finger here. And you're not going to see it on a lot of tools, but it's forward and reverse.
Well, on the drill, you're going to use that.
Either way, the vibrator is going to go forward and reverse.
Right.
The jigsaw forward, you're not going to notice it.
Right.
But the center is the lock, and then the back portion again is just the pushing for the LED light. Very familiar RIDGID trigger.
Yep.
And grip. With that said, a lot of people love this tool alone because it has so many uses. And if you're remodeling or going through something like that, this tool alone,
I've got a corded one.
game changer.
And to me, it's a pain in the ass because you're dragging that cord around. I think this will be a lot more friendly.
I would rather have one with a cord than not have one at all, but I fully agree with you.
True.
So the good part about this multi-tool is you can use it anywhere on so many more things that you'd never even think of using it on. Moving on to the benefits of the JobMax is all this stuff. Our favorite right angle drill.
3/8 chuck.
It's really, this is a slow moving drill.
But we ran an 1 1/4" spade bit off it.
Pretty cool. So it's got some power. But it's not going to be the fastest thing in the world, but if you needed to get into a tight space, who cares about speed? It's going to save you time.
It's going to get you through.
Right. They have a jigsaw attachment, which does have a no-mar skid plate on the bottom. It has a very simple way of getting the blade out. It takes the T-style blades.
There is no oscillate mode on it. It's just simple up and down. But
the light on this really didn't work, the LED.
no, it kind of...
It gets blocked by what you're using it with. And with this said, but again,
it performed well. I was surprised how tight a radius I could cut with it.
the only downside to this, and it's a barrel grip style jigsaw at this point, is when it is connected,
it's going to make it long.
you have a very long tool. So we always joke, we always would use these to cut holes and speakers for our fiberglass in the boats,
On the boat,
right?
and you couldn't make that swing.
Not with this. It would be
No.
tough.
But-
We'd get it done with another tool, but
Right.
either way, you'd get most of it there. That's the only downside of this. This performed very well.
Very well.
One of the top. Now you also can get a Resep saw.
So it kind of mimics the one-handed.
So for the guy who's got this and wants to prune trees, which one-handed Resep saws really seem to work well
They're-
for.
My go-to anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it worked great.
Apparently I should have an orchard or something.
There's always trees to cut around your property, so
Right.
I don't know, we just do it.
Unfortunately, the blade that comes with it, again, is not the best. It'll get you through, but...
It is what it is. You have a tool-free blade changing thing there. You have a stock shoe that's it's non-movable, sits in place, about a 3/4 inch stroke there. It worked. There's no complaints here.
No,
it's
not at
not
all.
going to be a demo saw. I mean, you got to look at it like it's going on a small tool, but it worked.
Really well.
So then they have a new set of metal shears out. And this guy is interesting.
Yeah, it took a little bit of getting used to. You can't cut to the right, but it'll cut a pretty good circle to the left, depending on what you're doing. I know you don't do a lot of circles with tin, but it's
She
fast.
cruised.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes through.
Now the light itself does kind of reflect off the the guard, but
I don't think most people need the guard. The guard's probably just in case something comes up.
yeah, everybody's got to be
Yeah.
safety conscious. I personally wouldn't want it on there, but
We ran it with it for you guys,
Yeah.
so don't run it without the guard at home, because that would be
yell at
dangerous.
me all the time.
Yeah. But either way, there's a lot of tools here that you can get into. Cost-wise, looking at most of the additions that you're going to get into, they're 40 to 50 bucks.
Yeah.
So they are cheaper than buying the full tool. You would only have one battery, one power head. So for some people, it's going to work. For a guy who doesn't want to go out and buy miscellaneous tools like that because he only uses them once in a great while, great
It'd be
tool.
great, yeah.
What I want to know, and probably what Jeff wants to know, is would you use it? That's just always a question in our head. We go back to who is using it? Because we have our own thing in our head of who we sit down and have our powwow. Who's this meant for?
Yeah, and it's
Surprise us and tell us that you guys use it and you love it and where you use it, where you carry it. Tell us all that. Yeah. And if you hate it, we want to know that too, because that's interesting.
I think it's a great setup, but like you said, might not be for everybody. Let us know.
They do make a cordless model of this, they do make a 12-volt model of this, and they do make an 18-volt model of this, and then this is obviously the new octane model of it.
I don't want to step on you, but you meant corded, right?
Did I say cordless?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. They do make corded model. You're 100% right. So there's a lot of different models that are out there. At this point, we couldn't find the octane model at the Home Depot, so it's got to be coming soon. We'll leave more as we find out more in the description and go from there. But I'm going to go back to your comments, defer to their comments.
Yeah, and I think everything RIDGID is doing lately with the octane line has been excellent.
It has. It's really surprising as to where it's going. And maybe that's why I sit here and look at some of this and go, well, is it job site? Is this job site? How many guys are using on the job site? Or how many people are actually just picking it up, never touching another JobMax tool and buying it for the multi-tool?
But there again, you have to look at, there's so many different phases of job sites. Somebody going to replace trim in somebody's house, that's a job site for that person. It's not a commercial job site, but it still can do the job.
All these tools in remodeling would be a lifesaver.
Yeah. They
And
all
they're
have their
gonna
own niche.
all be used pretty much every day if you're remodeling.
Yeah.
So, yep, it is what it is. Again, we got to go back to, give us your comments. Do you own the JobMax stuff? Would you buy it? Tell us that stuff. We appreciate talking with you guys. We appreciate your support. Thanks for your time as always. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.